Today, we continue with 3 chicken breasts. First, use a knife to lightly score the surface of the chicken breasts in a crisscross pattern. This helps the seasoning penetrate the meat better when marinating. Then I season with salt, a little chili powder, pepper, and olive oil. And rub it evenly over the meat with my hands. Flip it over and do the same so that the seasoning covers both sides evenly. As usual, welcome to my video. I hope you will have a relaxing and satisfying time with the recipe shared today. Now, let the meat rest for a few minutes, while we move on to heating the pan. Turn on the stove, and preheat the pan a little. When the pan is hot enough, I add a little olive oil, along with a small piece of butter. Combining both oil and butter will make the dish more fragrant, while the butter gives the meat a beautiful golden colour, and the olive oil prevents the butter from burning too quickly. Next, I place the marinated chicken pieces in the pan and fry them over medium heat. I let them cook for a few minutes until one side is golden brown before flipping them over. With just a little patience, the outside of the chicken pieces will begin to turn an attractive golden brown colour. Look at that, the colour is truly eye-catching. Once both sides are evenly golden and the meat is cooked through, I gently transfer the pan-fried chicken to a plate and set it aside, preparing for the next step of making the sauce. Move on to the sauce. I finely chop the onion, add it to the pan, and mince a few cloves of garlic. Gently stir over medium heat until the onion begins to soften and the garlic becomes fragrant. This is a small but crucial step as the aroma from the onion and garlic will form the flavor base for the entire sauce. Next, I pour the cream into the pan and stir gently to blend it with the onion and garlic. After a short while, the mixture begins to heat up and the aroma becomes milder and creamier. Next comes the most important spice for today's sauce. I add 1 teaspoon of nutmeg. This spice has a very distinctive aroma, slightly warm, slightly sweet, and very fragrant. Just a small amount is enough to deepen the flavor of the sauce. Every time I add nutmeg to the pan, I always feel the kitchen start to fill with a very pleasant aroma. Next, I finely chop some parsley and add it to the pan. The parsley adds a fresh, light fragrance to the sauce, balancing the richness of the cream. If you find the sauce a little too thick while cooking, you can always add a little water to adjust the consistency to your liking. For me, the ideal sauce is thick enough to coat the chicken, but still smooth and not too thick. If this is your first time watching my video, please subscribe to the channel so we can connect more often. Thank you for your support. While the sauce is simmering on the stove, I take the opportunity to prepare the side dish. I prepare a portion of potatoes, then add salt, pepper, a little chili powder, olive oil, some butter, and a few cloves of garlic. After that, I spread the potatoes on a baking tray. And put them in the oven at 200 degrees Celsius for about 25-30 minutes, until they turn golden and the edges start to become slightly crispy. Returning to the sauce, it has now begun to thicken. I add the 2 fried chicken pieces to the pan and simmer for a few more minutes over low heat so that the meat absorbs the sauce evenly. After simmering briefly, the creamy sauce begins to coat the chicken pieces. The distinctive aroma of nutmeg, blended with cream and garlic, gradually filled the kitchen. That's when I knew the dish was almost done. Meanwhile, the potatoes in the oven were also cooked through, slightly golden on the outside and crispy around the edges. Now there was only one last step. I gently placed the chicken pieces on a plate, then used a spoon to pour the creamy sauce over them so that each piece was evenly coated with the smooth sauce. Finally, I sprinkled a little chopped green onion on top to add colour and a light, fresh aroma to the dish. That's all it takes to make a delicious, creamy chicken dish served with crispy golden baked potatoes for a well-rounded flavour.